speaker is running for governor here today. I just took some time to look over his platform, and everything he wants is so common sense, honest solutions to making this country great again. And I think it's ridiculous that that you would even have to run on things that are such common sense anymore, because they're really just some wonderful things that he'd like to change here in your state. So recommend everyone listen up right now for gubernatorial, is that how you say that? Gubernatorial candidate, Ken Kaplan.
Really happy to be here with you all today. I'm Ken Kaplan, the Libertarian Party candidate for governor. I'm not exactly new to this movement. Back in the 1970s, I was going through my files. I came across a letter that I had written to some state official. It's on that yellow copy paper that we used to have before we saved everything digitally. And I saw that I signed it Essex County Coordinator for NORML. Now, to the best of my recollection, the way I became the Essex County Coordinator for NORML was I think I was speaking to the state coordinator, and I said, "Who's the Essex County Coordinator?" And they said, "You're it." Anyhow, we have two issues here. We have medical marijuana, and we have marijuana generally, for the general public. And I'm personally touched by the medical marijuana issue. I have a family member who I'm going to refer to as the patient because my family member values their privacy. The patient suffers from multiple sclerosis, is wheelchair bound, can walk with difficulty with a walker, has tried pretty much every conventional medication for many years, and at my suggestion, the patient applied for the state medical marijuana program. Now that's not easy. The patient's regular doctor is not participating in the program, so the patient had to seek out another doctor. And it can't be just one visit. I think it's 3 or 4 visits that were required. These visits are not covered by by health insurance, so there was that expense. The patient had to pay $200 for the ID card. I am the designated caregiver, so that was another $200. And of course, as you've heard from the other speakers, there's only one center that's open in Montclair, and it's only serving 100 some odd patients. So there's a backlog of thousands of patients who have paid their money for their ID cards and have worthless ID cards. And that's the situation of the patient in my family. We're still waiting. Now, some of you are familiar when a politician, an office holder has their name printed. There's often a little designation in parentheses after their name. Well, you see that little R after Chris Christie's name in parentheses? That R doesn't stand for Republican. It stands for roadblock. The regulations need to be changed. If that requires modifying the law, so be it. But the patient in my family is a non-smoker, and they need an ingestible form of marijuana. And even the lozenges that were authorized by the law and the regulations, Greenleaf never got their lozenges approved. They only have it in smokable form when they have it. So this needs to be changed. All the centers need to be opened. Marijuana needs to be available in different forms for that poor baby who's suffering the seizures, and for other patients who are non-smokers and need the marijuana in ingestible forms. Now, we also have the other issue, recreational marijuana. Why is it not treated the same way we treat wine and beer? Available legally, taxed. Why are we paying money to farmers to hold their land undeveloped when we could give them a cash crop to grow? Why are we paying tax dollars to keep people from farming when they could have an incentive to keep their farms as farms by having a viable cash crop that they could grow? Makes no sense to me. Now, I'm not here to tell anybody whether they should smoke marijuana or whether they should have a beer. You're all adults. And those of you here who aren't adults, you're parents can tell you what or what not to do, okay? The government should be out of the equation. I'll leave it up to you to decide. Libertarians believe in self-ownership. You own your own body. You can do with it what you want. You can put into it what you want. And you can, by the way, marry who you want, okay? There was a time in my life when I thought that this was a generational battle. When I thought the older generation was set in their ways, and for whatever reason they thought alcohol was okay, but marijuana wasn't. But you know what? I have now become the older generation, and other people in my generation and the generation younger than me is still fighting the drug war and still keeping marijuana illegal. It's not a generational battle. It's a battle between authoritarians and libertarians. So I'm here to tell you, if I am elected governor of this state, I will immediately pardon all the drug offenders who are in jail for nonviolent drug offenses. And I will propose legislation to make marijuana more available to the patients that need it and to the population generally. Thank you.
Wouldn't it be great if we can get people into office like that? Yeah. Vote for that. Vote for that.